Do you know any language, Lingo?
Only a little bit, but then, half of the time you forget because you're not talking it all the time. And this is what makes me depressed, because I see a lot of people that come to our country that have still got their languages and talk. But back in my grandparents' days, they weren't allowed to talk their language. They had to talk English. So, and that's what depresses me the most, is because when my grandparents and my parents were growing up, they couldn't talk in their native tongue because it wasn't allowed. As for culture, I don't know much at all. That's the way it is. We were brought up down here by white laws. You had to do what they say, and there was nothing really cultural that we could do but try and protest. I did a lot of that. Some of the berries I know that you can eat off the land, because I've seen it happen. We were told by the older ones, this is what you can eat and this is what you can't eat. Some of the remedies that we've used for scabies and stuff like that, I've used it for my grandkids. And, nurses and doctors say, oh, would you like to tell us what you use? And I'd say to them, no, I can't tell you. I can't tell you what I've used for this, because I don't want to tell you. This is what we were taught back in those days. I'm not telling you what we used to get rid of scabies or sores or blisters or whatever. It was a plant, and I'm not telling you what it is. Do you believe in Doolega's?
What's the Doolegah?
Airy man.
Tell me about it.
One time we were coming to Lakes from Now, and the Lakes entrance taxi lad came up to Now to pick us up, and we were heading back to Lakes entrance. And as we were going down into Toola Arm, crossing the lake there, this hairy thing, we call it a Doolegah. I don't know what you fellas call it, but they do exist here. And it walked out and it wouldn't let us pass. It wouldn't let the taxi pass. The taxi went one side of the road and it went that side of the road. And that taxi driver had to turn all the way round, come back through Swan Ridge to get the Lakes entrance, because that Doolegah wouldn't let him pass him on that main highway. And that I do remember, and that did happen. You smell him before you see him. He's a big stick-a-dig, but he's very hairy.
What does he smell like?
Rotten socks. My mum told me once when they were coming from New South Wales that when they were travelling along, if they ever camped at night time, their vehicle and everyone slept in the middle of this big ring of fire. There was fires lit around them all night. Those fires would be burning. Someone would stay awake to keep those fires going. Why? Because of the Doolegah, the hairy man. And my mother told me that when they used to travel down from New South Wales. So, and I do believe it's there, because I was in the taxi at the time when it wouldn't let us go to Lakes. But I'm the only one now that can tell it, because Mr. Carson, the taxi driver's gone, my mum's gone, my dad's gone, and my youngest siblings, they were all asleep when all this happened.